Well, it's the second day of Summer Split here at the LCS first week with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Jojo Pyun after another victory. Jojo, I thought you guys were supposed to suck after MSI. Isn't that what teams do? They start losing?
I mean, I didn't think we played too well. I don't think we're in the same form we were in MSI, but I still think we're better than the other teams right now. Um, I don't really believe the MSI debuff or whatever. I think we all want to play. It's kind of hard for us to burn out, I think. So I think we're going to be fine.
So you don't believe in it. You think you're going to be fine. How good do you think you are right now? I feel like a lot of people, like I just interviewed Hansama. He said he thinks that Team Liquid's the best team in the league, but he thinks that you guys are the ones that are going to compete with them the most. So do you agree with it? Do you think it's like you and TL right now, or do you think there are anybody else that can stand up to you? Do you even think TL can stand up to you?
I think TL can stand up to us right now. Like if we play them right now, I think it'll be close. I think during the more the season goes on, during playoffs, I think we'll be better than them for sure. I think right now it's pretty close though, but I think it's us and TL, and everyone else is kind of like we don't care too much about. I think we only care about TL. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you a little bit about what did you call him? Said Mini Bjergsen. Is that what was your title for Jensen?
Budget Bjergsen?
Budget Bjergsen. Okay. So as you get to, I know you beat Jensen, and you said on stage that you were not as impressed, and I think you tweeted afterwards about that as well. But what do you think of Bjergsen versus Jensen? Do you have an opinion on which one is better between the two? Because I feel like in spring your attention was focused towards Bjergsen. Now I feel like you're turning towards Jensen.
I mean, Jensen just came back too. I mean, Bjergsen's been playing like his whole split already.
Yeah.
Right now, I think Bjergsen is better. I think he does more for his team, and he plays well with his team. So, and I think that's a really big thing. I don't think Jensen really helps his team too much, at least for right now. That's what I saw. So I think Bjergsen's better right now, but I don't know. I haven't seen much of Jensen yet. I think the more we see, then the more I'll be able to judge.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other teams in the LCS. Specifically, well, I guess we were talking about Jensen, but on the topic of Cloud9, what do you think of FUDGE going back top lane after leaving the mid lane? I think you had a tweet at one point in time about how you were going to send him back top. Do you feel like that was you that did that?
I mean, I don't know. I think it was me because I think if they did win the series and, they did good in Houston, then he would have stayed mid. So I kind of do think that me and the whole team kind of sent him back to top. So I do think that tweet actually, it wasn't a joke. It was pretty serious. I actually did send him back to top, but yeah.
Are you disappointed you can't play against him in mid anymore?
I mean, I don't think he was bad mid laner, but I don't really think he did anything impressive. But he was pretty good in the league. So I mean, I'll miss versing him, sure, but Jensen's back now too. So yeah. I think Jensen's better than FUDGE mid. Yeah.
Well, and this is the first time that you and I have had a chance to talk since MSI. I know that an ongoing conversation during your time at MSI was like, oh, you're learning a lot. And all the teammates are like, oh, man, JoJo's learning a lot because he gets to play against, like, Faker and stuff. So what were some of the things that you learned in Korea? Like, what do you think are the things that you have now that you didn't have before you went to MSI?
I mean, I thought my laning was good coming to MSI, but whenever it's Faker's laning, he was crazy. Like, I couldn't even breathe at first. So, I mean, I really learned a lot from Faker's laning, and especially Xiaohu, the way he plays with his team, Caps, the way he plays with his team. I think after reversing those players and seeing what they do and how they play with them, I think I really took a lot from them. And I think all of us really took a lot. I also think I did much better the more MSI went on, so I improved during the tournament too, which I think is good. So, I mean, right now I just kind of want to, during the regular season, I just want to kind of set in the skills that I learned and kind of like limit test it a bit since it's just the regular season, so it doesn't matter too much. And then during playoffs and worlds, I think I'll be able to tone up my performance and know how to limit test kind of the most without inting. Yeah.
Okay. I've been asking all the pro players what they think of the patch. Do you have any opinions on this patch? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Everybody seems to either like it or hate it.
I mean, I don't like the patch at all, to be honest. I think it really focuses on just scaling and farming. You can still play aggro and make plays early game, which is what we did this game, but I think it's harder, of course, because everyone's more tankier. I like the old patch better because I feel like the skill gap would be much bigger. So, yeah, I'm not too happy with the patch, but we're adapting, so it's not the worst.
If it was the old patch, would you have killed Abe in that that duel in the beginning of the game?
Yeah, I mean, he would definitely die there, but still, I still think I could have killed him, but, yeah.
That's the way it goes. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Thank you to everyone who's supporting us, supporting me. I really appreciate all the messages and everything, so thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview. Looking forward to seeing you guys continue to play throughout the rest of the summer. And for everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Hello, everyone. It is I, Travis Gafford, the person who you just saw in the interview moments ago, or the video, because sometimes we use these outros and non-interview content, so I need to make them more general. Anyway, speaking of things that shouldn't be more general, your computer choices. You should not make a general computer choice. You should make an Alienware computer choice, specifically Alienware, because they support my content, and I could not do this without you watching the interviews and then them supporting me because you watched the interviews. So it's a big circle. Life is a circle, and you're part of that circle. And Alienware is part of my circle. So go be part of their circle and make them part of your circle. Alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the description.